Hi guys, and welcome to Jerry Reviews. So now it's time to talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy. So Guardians of the Galaxy is the best example of awesome blockbuster movie. Summer, huge film, huge effects, good story, amazing humor, amazing characters, and is the perfect storm of a movie. It really is. So I went last night, saw the movie, and the whole time that I was watching it, I was thinking, wow, this is pretty cool, and this is pretty amazing, and this is pretty funny, and then the movie starts to really go, and you start to laugh. The whole movie theater was laughing, and at the same time, in every scene there is something funny, hilarious even, and every character of the Guardians or even other characters bring their own to this movie, and everything becomes just this amazing combination of comedy, action, effects, and just wonderful characters from start to finish as much as possible. You get who they are and why they are, and there is not too much explaining that might seem annoying. Just a perfect, wonderful movie, summer blockbuster. You just have to go and see it at the movies. It's the perfect film to go and see at the movies. I can't wait for the sequel, but I have to go a little bit in details. So, first of all, I want to say that this movie started really surprising for me because it started very sad, and I mean really sad. And I didn't expect that I will be struck by so much sadness at the beginning. It was kind of a shock for me, and then the movie starts to get funny, and this trend of funniness continues through all the movie, which is good. But the movie definitely has some sense, meaning through all this comedy, and I want to talk about every character. First of all, Peter Quill. He's pretty amazing, funny, smart, handsome, he's the perfect combination of maybe Han Solo and Indiana Jones, but he's in many ways a lot cooler. And he loves that 80s music because we listen to the soundtrack of the movie, to the whole movie. We listen to what we heard from the trailers and other music that will be in the soundtrack, and just pretty amazing songs. Gamora, played by Zoe Saldana. I personally love Zoe Saldana since I watched her in Avatar. She's amazing, no doubt about this. She knows how to handle herself in action roles, in fighting. She knows how to fight. She has this grace of movements, so she's perfect. The actress that played her sister, Gamora's sister, Nebula, she was amazing also. She looked amazing, just so wonderful designed is her look. It makes a lot of impression, really. And she did what she has to do in this movie as a character, so I appreciate her, and I appreciate her look and how she played it. It was pretty awesome, especially in opposite of Gamora. Ronan, the villain, he was good enough. I heard that some people complain about him mostly, but I have no complaints about him. His purpose was what it is, and I have absolutely no complaints about him. He was cooler enough, let's say, for a first villain, and he was menacing enough, so I have no complaints. Groot and Rocket Raccoon, they both were so amazing individually and together. I just wonder how could you create such amazing characters, and you're wondering how they're both stood out so perfectly, because Groot is amazingly funny. He does some things that you wouldn't expect, by the way, and by the end of the movie you really grow to love him, especially what it happens at the end and what you see right after the movie ends. Just amazing, super funny stuff. And Rocket Raccoon is what can I say? I mean, he was a lot picked on for what he was, an animal. They called him a hamster and other names, a rodent, and he really didn't took it very well, and that was also very funny. But anyway, I don't want to get in any spoilers, even small ones. And last but not least, believe me, is Drax, the character that is played by Bautista. And I have to go a little bit crazy here because I heard so many kind of good comments and not so good comments and kind of crappy comments about his acting. But let me tell you something. What Bautista did in this role in this movie is way beyond what I was expecting. And what can I say? I think that people really underestimated him because they know that he's a wrestler. They've watched him in previous movies and they know that he did what he could. The movies weren't so good, and he was in Riddick, so I think that he did a good job there. But what he did in this movie, for me, it solidified him as a real actor, because I forgot that he is Dave Bautista. I forgot. I thought that he was Drax. He was 100% in the role. Every line he delivered with absolute truth. I believed every word that he said. I definitely believed everything he did and he said. He was perfect in this role. He is perfect. So I'm not going to listen to anyone that says that Bautista can't act, because this guy can, and I enjoyed his performance in this movie and as Drax a lot more than I enjoyed the performance of The Rock in Hercules. Bautista doesn't have as much experience as The Rock does, but I think that he has a huge potential, and for me he is a professional actor. So Dave Bautista, you're awesome. Don't let anyone tell you that you're not, because you are wonderful and you did the most perfect job that you could for this role. It couldn't be a better man for this role. He was an important part of this whole movie and story and of the feel of the whole movie. So Dave Bautista, you're awesome. I wanted to get this out of my system because I really was disappointed when I heard some of the comments of the people or say that he is okay and he doesn't deserve this. He tried so hard. He wasn't a step down from anyone else. He was just perfect. And so guys, this is what I have to say about Guardians of the Galaxy. Great comedy, as I said, great action, super cool looking movie as a whole. Everyone were perfect. I really enjoyed how James Gunn directed this movie. It was just a perfect combination of everything, and I'm just very pleased. And I wish more movies were like this, because you get the full enjoyment, you get to have fun, you get to just have a wonderful experience for the day, and something that will stay with you for some time and you will want more. So Guardians of the Galaxy, if I have to give it some kind of a rating, I would say that it's a very solid 9 out of 10. The reason that I'm not giving it a 10 is because, after all, there are movies, they are even more engaging and more emotional and even with more action. So I have to take 1 point at least but the rest of the 9 points are totally deserved. I think that you will like this movie or even love it. So let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you very much for watching and till next time with Getty G Reviews.